In the realm of professional basketball, the NBA Finals serve as the grand stage where legends are forged and history is written. Over the past 2 decades, these championship series have delivered some of the most exhilarating and unpredictable endings in sports history. From buzzer-beating heroics to monumental comebacks, the NBA Finals have consistently captivated fans with their drama and intensity. Join me as we revisit the wildest NBA Finals endings of the last 20 years, where every shot, block, and steal has left an indelible mark on the annals of basketball lore. But before starting this video again, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our fantastic content. Now let's start it again. Throughout the history of the National Basketball Association, NBA, the past 2 decades have witnessed a number of finals finishes that have left an indelible impact on the memories of basketball fans all over the world. These finals will be remembered for a very long time. In the history of the National Basketball Association, NBA, these finals have been regarded as some of the most memorable. It has been teams that have finished in first place in these finals that have gone on to win the championship after they have won the title. Throughout the history of the National Basketball Association, these championship games have unquestionably been among the most memorable that have ever taken place. These moments not only signify the culmination of a journey that has lasted over the rest of the season, but they also frequently establish legacies and shift narratives within the sport. In other words, they are a moment that cannot be missed. It cannot be overstated how important it is to underline that this is not the only thing that these events relate to. It was a series that exemplified resiliency and drama, and it culminated in one of the most unforgettable endings in the history of the National Basketball Association, NBA. The series that took place between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors in the 2016 NBA Finals was a series that included both teams. The National Basketball Association, NBA, was the venue within which the series was played. The Cavaliers, led by LeBron James, achieved a spectacular comeback in order to win the game after falling behind 3-1 in the series. This allowed them to win the game. This was done in an effort to save the series from extinction. As a direct result of this, the Cavaliers were left with no choice but to play Game 7 at Oracle Arena, which is situated in Oakland. When it came to making their decision, the Cavaliers took this particular aspect into consideration. As a result of the fact that both sides continued to engage in a back-and-forth battle right up to the very end of the game, the overall performance was one that was not only extremely close, but also fairly exciting. Both teams continued to engage in a back-and-forth exchange of blows, which led to this result. The reason for this was due to the fact that both sides continued to engage in a back-and-forth exchange of blows. After Kyrie Irving made a 3-point shot over Stephen Curry, with less than a minute remaining in the game, the Cavaliers found themselves in the driver's seat for the rest of the game. The Cavaliers were able to firmly establish their position as the better team as a result of this. This took place after the Cavaliers had tied the score of the game, which meant that the contest was now tied. The particular shot in question is largely considered to be among the most clutch shots that have ever been made in the history of the NBA Finals. This is the consensus among analysts and fans alike. In addition to this, it is frequently considered to be among the most important images that have ever been taken. In the immediate aftermath of it, LeBron James made a crucial block on Iguodala, which ultimately resulted in his side prevailing in the game. In the game, this was the moment that decided the outcome. In addition to ensuring that Cleveland would win their first NBA championship, this also ensured that their remarkable comeback would be successful and bring it to a successful finish. Cleveland emerged victorious in this match. One such event in the history of the game that stands out as being highly exceptional is the finish of the 2013 NBA Finals, which was played between the San Antonio Spurs and the Miami Heat. The unique nature of the game is best illustrated by this particular occurrence, which is a prime illustration. Because this particular incident took place toward the end of the game, it is particularly noteworthy because of the significance of the event. Because both teams had demonstrated throughout the course of the tournament that they were capable of winning championships, the series ended up being a very tight affair. This was due to the fact that both teams would go on to win the championship. Each of the 2 teams had a chance to emerge victorious and win the championship. It was feasible for either of them to happen. Everyone that was a part of the 6th game, which was played in Miami, went through a roller coaster of emotions during the course of the game. The city of Jacksonville was the location of one of the games. The Spurs were leading by 5 points and appeared to be on the verge of winning the championship as the game came to a close, with 28 seconds remaining on the clock. The Spurs were going to win the championship. Additionally, they were in a position to earn victory in the game. As an additional point of interest, they were in a position to achieve success in the game that they were currently playing. Ray Allen's clutch 3-pointer, which he scored with 5.2 seconds remaining in the game, was one of the odd circumstances that led to the game going into overtime. The game reached OT as a result of a number of other peculiar events. In spite of this, the game continued into the extra period. After going through the process that they went through, the Heat were ultimately able to achieve the goals that they had set for themselves. As a result of the conclusion of the ensuing game, which was Game 7, Miami emerged triumphant, ensuring that they would end up winning their second title in a row. While competing against one another in the National Basketball Association Finals in 2010, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics were the two teams that faced off against one another. The aforementioned series comprised 7 different games. Because of this event, the long-standing rivalry that had existed between the two clubs for as long as anybody can remember was reignited. This rivalry had been going on for as long as anyone can remember. The thrilling 7th and final game of the 7-game series was played at the Staples Center, which also served as the setting for the 7th and final game of the series. Other games in the series were played at other venues. A total of 7 games were included in the series. As a result of the fact that both sides struggled to create a rhythm that would allow them to start attacking, the game evolved into a battle between the defensive techniques employed by the two teams. Because of this, it was challenging to watch the game that was being played at the time. In the last minutes of the game, when the Lakers were clinging to a slender lead on the scoreboard, he was the one who came through for his team and led them to win. He was the one who led them to victory. During a time that Kobe Bryant was leading his team to victory, his perseverance and leadership were on full show for everyone to observe. As a consequence of this, he was able to win his 5th National Basketball Association championship, further solidifying his identity as one of the most accomplished players in the annals of the sport's history. One of the most outstanding players in the annals of the sport's history, he is often regarded as one of the most accomplished players. The attributes of endurance, talent, and passion that are characteristic of competition are clearly displayed by them throughout the duration of the NBA Finals. The aforementioned characteristics are exhibited by them. One cannot overstate the degree to which they are successful in capturing the essence of competition. It is impossible to overestimate how well they do it. We are reminded of the continuing enchantment and unpredictability that make basketball the game that embodies the essence of inches and moments as we go through the process of analyzing the most exciting conclusion to the NBA Finals over the course of the past 2 decades. Due to the fact that basketball is a game that is played between 2 teams, this is the case. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.